Hello again, and welcome to episode 24. We're moving through this year, and I should be way past 24 episodes already, but I promise myself first, and to each of you following me, family and friends, and new ones, welcome, that we will get to 52 episodes by the end of 2021. So, in this week's episode, instead of picking up the new idea that I had, I'm going to hold off on that. That's going to be for next week. We're going to expound on an important conversation, an important idea that I brought up last week and didn't expound on. And it just dawned on me today that is just too important of a matter to just mention in a video and then just leave it there. And so the part of last week's video about being love's presence in this world that I want to pull up is the part where I brought up that part of being love's presence in this world is that in order to present yourself loving in the world and to give love, you have to first love yourself. And so this week I want to, and that's talked about so much about loving yourself and how to love yourself and so much. And I want to bring it down into just simple things, right? Making it simple, making loving yourself not a habit, not some complex matter, but just bringing it to just make it who you are. Just simple things that you practice, simple practices, simple things to do to begin to work on that loving yourself. And of course, the basis from which we become. We grow and spread and push out. And I always think that the bigger love we have in here, we have more to push out into the world and more to give out and more to sparkle and shine. And not sparkling for you, but sparkling so that it can reflect onto others and so that they can go on and bring that on to others. And so in loving yourself, I'm going to bring up 3 points and 3 really important points. And I think that we're going to keep it short, sweet, doable. And so one of the first things in terms of loving yourself, and today I had to take notes because I wanted to make them poignant, things that will stick with us. First bit of loving yourself is what we hear and what we always hear and what we know. Paying attention to yourself. Treat yourself like you would a child. Treat yourself like you would your best friend, your parent that you love. Treat yourself like you would your husband, your wife, that person who means so much to you, that person who you love so much. Think about them and think about yourself in that way. And so that means paying attention to all aspects of your needs, right? Paying attention to your physical needs, making sure that you feel good. And so when you're not feeling good, paying attention to why you're not feeling good and what's needed to bring you to that space of well-being. What's needed to bring you to feeling your best. Whether it's changing your diet, adding some exercise, taking away some exercise, adding some rest, taking away some rest, cleaning up your space, whether it's decluttering or making your space look more beautiful so that when you walk into it, you feel welcome. The same way you would prepare for a neighbor, the same way you would prepare for somebody some family member coming to visit you. Prepare your space that way for yourself first. Paying attention to the things that make you happy. What things bring you joy? I personally like flowers, I like plants, and so I make sure that I'm surrounded by them all the time. And whatever it is that brings you joy, bring that into your space. Take that with you. I like pens. This little simple pen makes me so happy because it writes thin and it writes smooth. And so I always have a bunch of them around everywhere I go because it makes me happy. And so little things like that, right? Doesn't always have to be something big. And if it's big things, do that too. But pay attention to the little things too. So paying attention to your physical being. The next thing is paying attention, kind of wrapped up in what I was saying about what things bring you joy, right? Your emotional being. As much as things that bring you joy, things that bring you sadness, or feeling sad or not feeling, kind of sit with yourself, spend time with yourself, hug yourself. Give yourself that love, that caring. Be present with just listening to yourself, just like you would a good friend, just like you would your small child when they come to you, or your big child even when they come to you. Do that for you. Do that for you. Pay attention to that. And then, of course, most importantly, paying attention to your spiritual health, right? We all know by now I'm a Christian, and so I make sure I have routines such as Bible reading, my worship time. I have routines that are built around that. Whatever it is that builds you up spiritually, build your routine around it. Make that a priority on your list. Take care of that. Make it a priority. But I'm going a little long on those, and I've probably touched on some of those before. Maybe I gave you some new idea that you didn't know before, or you plan to implement, or it's a little aha for you. And maybe you have some that you can share with me or other people who are on our little forum here. So if so, go ahead and put it in on the video, type it in on Facebook, type it in on YouTube, share. And so we can, I read all the comments, and so we can have little things too that we can add on and continue to enhance and grow in action to show love and to demonstrate love to ourselves. My number two thing kind of ties in with the number one, is to take the time to do what makes your soul happy. So like I said, bring things into your space that make you happy. Talk to friends. I mean, one day out of every weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, generally on Sunday afternoon, I literally write down the people I want to connect with that week. And I kind of go in cycles, and sometimes I always make sure I add on somebody that I haven't connected with in a while. But do that. It's that important. So don't just depend on your memory to say, oh, I thought about so-and-so. And of course, when you think about so-and-so, reach out to whatever time it is. Nowadays, we have text, call, we have little memes, all those little quotes. Do whatever it takes to reach out and to touch someone. And so that makes me happy. But find out what makes your soul happy, and to take the time to do that. And then the third thing is stay close to people who feel like sunshine. And I wanted to make that kind of fun. But yeah, I like that. I'm going to say it again because I think it's that important, right? What you surround yourself with is who you're going to be. While you can build yourself up and you can sparkle out a lot, you also need sparkle in to sparkle. And so my third and final point is going to be stay close to people who feel like sunshine. And with that, I want to wish you going out and bringing love to yourself this week. Love yourself highly. Hug yourself. Have a great week. And we'll connect again with that other message that I'm saving for you. This was way too long, but it was a lot of good stuff. So we'll talk again soon. Hugs.